You're listening to Headline Hunter with Nick Raseta.
But yeah, we're getting a bit serious now. Not as serious as last week. We all know about the Russia-Ukraine, I won't say incident, the problem with that. But Canada and other countries are stepping up to the plate and imposing lots of sanctions. So oligarchs, politicos, and Putin meet the Russians Canada has recently sanctioned. I'll get into it here. From top politicians to influential oligarchs and media figures, Canada has slapped sanctions on high-profile Russians, including President Vladimir Putin, as he continues his unjustified and deadly attack on Ukraine. In light of the current invasion, the government has targeted those who federal officials say have enabled Putin and this war with financial and other penalties. This builds on the multiple rounds of sanctions and other responsive measures Canada has imposed on Russia since its 2014 occupation and annexation of Crimea. 31 individuals and 19 entities were sanctioned. Imposed under the Special Economic Measures Act, which has also been used to ban Russian ships and halt Russian bank transactions in Canada as of February 24th, Canada has sanctioned 69 key individuals and is vowing more will come until Russia stops its attack. How do you feel about that, Vince? Do you think sanctions do work, but do you think going after, like, I know one of the people they sanctioned was this Russian billionaire who also denounced the war, but he's still affiliated with Putin. Do you think this is the right way to go?
I mean, if it's all we can do, it seems like that's all North America has been able to do so far is just sanction.
Well, because NATO can't get involved on the ground.
Exactly.
Ukraine's doing fine, right? Like, it's a horrible situation, but they're holding their own against a very powerful entity that is Russia. I think this is the right way to go, but also it's causing a lot of issues because as we're sanctioning them, they've also, it's tit for tat. Hence why we're not grabbing any more Russian oil. And that's why gas is so expensive right now. That's always fun.
Don't even get me started.
True. Very true. But then again, I mean, it's the rest of the world against them. I shouldn't say them. It's Putin.
It's Putin.
It's the rest of the world against Putin at this point, and we'll be fine by sanctioning him. It's going to cause issues, but there will be other ways that we can get around that. And as long as we're all together, I think that's what's most important, is that we can't stand up to he's a literal bully with money and power, and we can't have that.
It's kind of interesting that this has gone to this point, this entire story, and how huge it is now. Because last week we were just sitting by wondering what was going to happen, and now this week it seems Russia's screwed.
Yeah, I
won't say Russia, I'll say Putin.
Yeah.
Putin is screwed.
I mean, looking back from when it all started, like, being so shocked, and then, as it's been going on, like, Ukraine has really been showing their own. But I was watching CNN this morning, and they were interviewing a Ukrainian family, and they were saying that they had relatives in Russia, and they were calling them, telling them about the war, but they don't believe that it's even happening. Like, it's to the point where, like, Russians can't even access, like, real news of what is going on, and it's a really big problem, because how are more Russian people able to help, try to stop the war when they can't even get a hold of it or know what's going on.
Yeah, it's sickening, definitely. And again, the amount of fake news that I've seen, or just manipulation and misinformation with the media. Like, that maternity ward that was bombed? There was this, I think it was a Russian model that had makeup done up to look like she was bombed. Like,
that's
she was
just like,
I know.
Wow.
It's a war of, like, corruption, and it's a war of, like, this man who has taken absolute power and is just brainwashing and manipulating. Like, that is not someone who should be leading a country, obviously. And it just screams, like, just wanting power and nothing else, and not caring about anyone.
Well, that's why these sanctions are going to work.
hopefully.
No, they will. Like, there's no way, like, Russia's got nothing. Well, I'll say Putin has nothing without Canada, the States. Like, he's got China. It's a pretty powerful entity. But right now, with Putin specifically, I wouldn't want to touch that entire situation with a 10-foot pole being on that side.
No, especially when he said that if you interfere with what we're trying to do, you will pay a price. Like, those are fighting words.
I don't have much.
A little
money,
sus.
so it's a little sus.
Threat.
A little sus.
Yeah, a little scary.